guys, welcome back to my channel, and in this video I will show you how you can implement the search input field. It's super useful for this type of functionality that we have here. As you saw in the last class, we implemented the pagination, so now the merchant can search for the product using the pagination. So you probably can see the problem with this. If the person has like 1,000 products, how you gonna find the product that you want? You need to have a lot of willpower and finger power, right? So that's the idea for the video today. We will be implementing the search field. So I already have the documentation for the search field here, and we need to change something with our query, okay? The products query. So let's go. The first thing that we need to do, as I said, we need to modify the product. So what I'm gonna do is delete those two, and I will have just the product. So you probably will ask me, you are asking yourself, why? But the action will stop. Yes, exactly. It will stop. So now, yeah, it's broke. So how can we fix that? So basically the idea here is to change this for a more dynamic way. So we can say first int, we can say after and before, and we can use it's not query yet, the last is int, and here instead, yes, exactly, I'm passing the variables to my query, okay, for the products. So now I can search it dynamically, okay, dynamically, yeah. So how can we do that? So I'm gonna save this file, and I will back to the loader file, and here in the where I'm getting the products, actually here I can let as it is right now. No, I will pass the like this first, then okay, let me open this service. As you can see here in the last class, I think it was in the last class, we have three parents: the admin API, the GraphQL query, and the variables. So these variables are those, okay? So I'm passing just the first thing. So now if I come back to my application, 10 products, if I pass 5 products, I can see just 5 products. So now let me change for 10 again and fix the action. So products, we don't need the after. Now we have just products, and we need to pass the after, okay, Thank you, AI. Yeah, after and before. And now our company needs to work exactly as it was before. So load the page, and now we can. Oh, it's right. Because I didn't pass the first and the last. So I can pass the after and first 10 and the last 10 products. So if I'm going forward, I want the next 10 items or products. Or if I'm going back, I wanted the last 10 items. Okay? What the last 10? So now it should work. The search field is simple. Okay, it's working as it was. And now let's go with the query. Uh, Here in the products, we can just pass the query now. Query. It's a string. It's not a string. Yeah, it's a string in here. Query. Okay, I'm passing query. Funny query. And now that I'm using the query, I can implement the search. I will just copy this example and paste right above my table, right? Now I can see it's a little ugly, weird. We can fix that, change the padding. So now it's better. I will not say beautiful because it's not. I'm not a designer either. So I'm not really good with Y and wax, So we have now the search field, but it doesn't do anything because we didn't implement anything obvious. So now what you can do here is set a new state called search term and search term. Yeah, set search term. And here we can have like a handle search. It will receive the query, which is a string. Yeah, search, and here we can say fetcher, submit the query, and just like these two, but instead after and before I'm passing the query. Okay. And here we need to implement the on change, which is E, and now we can get the handle search and pass E dot current target, current value. How do I know about this? So basically you can see here, it's already typed, and you can just look inside the elements. So we have a lot of options here, but what I want is the current target dot value. This is the term that I'm searching for it. Okay, so we can see it here just to show you. Okay, and now we can go back to the settings actions and get this search term here. Query. Exactly. And let's see. Received query. So Now let me reload the page, open the console log for you, and if I search for a term, it's broke because oh, I don't have any after, but yeah, it's right. It's not anything wrong. We can say else const data, which, yeah, now I want the query and the 10 first items from this query. This is not going to work because I'm just passing query and it's not like this. If we go here to the products, the query parent, it needs to be, I need to pass something like this. I need to pass another variable. Variable? I don't know if it's a variable. So here, title. You need to pass title. So we can say like this. I can put title. Yes, exactly. I just copy. It's title. You can, yes, query. And to get all results related with the term that I'm looking for, I can put that symbol here. So now, when I search for something, for example, I can find all products with the. If I type just the C, I can find all products with the C. Okay. And here, right at my side, you can see in the console the search. Why I'm, for example, if you are implementing and for some reason it's not searching automatically when you type, it's because the on changing the search field is a little different than the usual, because the on change is just trigger when we click outside the input or when we hit enter. So enter, oh sorry, enter. Space and click out, and I will click outside the input. See? Okay. And now what I can, oh yeah. The other problem that we have here is because when we change the page, weird, right? Why do we have selling plans, ski walks? There is nothing, it's not related with the problem is we need to fix our pagination now, because we have a term, but as you can see here in the table, we are just passing the cursor and not the query. So when I click on the arrow, I'm just passing the cursor and not the current query. So it's just getting the next or the last 10 products after the cursor from the search that I did. Okay. So how can we fix that? Simple. Now you just need to pass the query in the pagination. So now we have the query in the pagination. What you need to do, you need to come back here and pass the query. but we have a little problem right here. It's we need to make a condition. So query will be query exist. If it exists, we need to do title. Oh, it's here. Query or undefined. The same here. So now it should work. Let's see. If not, the problem is with the undefined. But now I have all products related with the. So basically now we have implemented the search with success, but I'm not satisfied yet because snowboard. Let's see, it's working. Snowboard. Yet all products related with snowboard. It's right. So I thought that it's going to, for example, it's just the last word. I thought that maybe with this symbol, it could, I wouldn't be able to find the products that don't start with snowboard. But okay, it's working. So that was the video for today, and I hope you enjoy. Let a like, a comment below, and share the video, and subscribe in the channel, please. I'm doing this series of videos teaching how you can develop in Shopify app, and I'm receiving a lot of comments saying that I need to keep going, so I'm really happy with that. So that's all for today. Thank you.